ICC Rules – Full list of changes that will come into effect at T20 World Cup. International Cricket Council (ICC) has modified a few rules and made some key changes in the game of cricket which have been implemented from October 1st and will be effective in the upcoming T20 Internationals World Cup in Australia. This prohibition has been in place for over 2 years in international cricket as a COVID-related temporary measure, and it is considered appropriate for the ban to be made permanent. The saliva is heavier than sweat, and over decades the bowlers had used it to keep the shine on one side of the ball and made it heavier as the opposite side of the shining ball roughens up. This is how reverse swing is attained in bowling. Over the past 2 years since the temporary ban on using saliva, reverse swing has been knocked over by conventional swing. When a batter is out-caught, the new batter will come in at the end the striker was, regardless of whether the batters crossed prior to the catch being taken. In close games, this rule will help the bowling teams. As the batter plays a shot and takes a single, if he gets caught, the new batter will face the bowler regardless of crossing of the two batters. Usually, during a catch, the crossing over gives a distinct advantage to the set batter, but the new rule change indicates that the incoming batter and not the set batter will be facing the bowler. The playing conditions follow the laws in moving this method of effecting a run out from the unfair play section to the run out section. The rule has always been there, but one feels for the bowler who has sometimes been wronged for mankading from the cricket community. Mostly, Australians and English fans saw mankading as against the spirit of cricket. Bowlers have been condemned over the years for what is considered legal in letter but not in spirit. An incoming batter will now be required to be ready to take strike within 2 minutes in tests and ODIs, while the current threshold of 90 seconds in T20 internationals remains unchanged. This is done to avoid intentional time-wasting tactics, especially in close test matches on the 5th day when a team batting in the 4th innings during final stages tries to delay proceedings. Any unfair and deliberate movement while the bowler is running in to bowl could now result in the umpire awarding 5 penalty runs to the batting side. While the bowler is running out to deliver the ball, sometimes fielders normally back up away from the striker and cover some ground, but that would now be judged unfair if it happens before the delivery is completed. We may see some quick singles inside the circle that used to be saved may not get saved. A batter won't be allowed to move beyond the confines of the pitch to play a delivery. Any such shot played will cause the umpire to call the ball dead. Also, any ball which would force the batter to leave the pitch will be called a no ball and result into a free hit. The batter cannot go and play a ball delivered outside the pitch. This is very unusual in games of international level where bowlers usually bowl in the confines of the pitch, though Mohammad Hafiz bowled one to David Warner and he dispatched it for a 6. The in-match penalty introduced in T20 internationals in January 2022, whereby the failure of a fielding team to bowl their overs by the scheduled session time leads to an additional fielder having to be brought inside the fielding circle for the remaining overs of the innings, will now also be adopted in ODI matches after the completion of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League in 2023. The fielding teams are now taking almost 4 hours at times to complete the 50 overs. They know that only a token financial penalty is the punishment for the breach, and that too will be paid by the boards. Now the fielding teams will have to be careful with their timekeeping practices. If they breach this rule, they will have to place one less fielder outside the 30-yard circle in the last overs of the game, and that can hugely impact the outcome of the end result. Previously, a bowler who saw the batter advancing down the wicket before entering the delivery stride could throw the ball to attempt to run out the striker. This practice will now be called a dead ball. Mostly bowlers don't use this ploy. especially when a fast bowler is in motion, and even though he sees the batter charging towards him, it's difficult for the bowler to pull out of the action and throw the ball, as it could result in an injury to the bowler.